Hi, hello, and others, that's nonsense. This is Sleep Deprivation is Magic. It's happened. Another Rarity episode. Now, I don't mind Rarity. I really don't. But 3 episodes in a row? I don't care which character it is. That's getting a little excessive unless it's Luna. Luna can have all the episodes. Alright, let's begin.
And episode begins.
Hello.
Oh, we're back in Twilight's house.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice friggin' book pyramid shit going on. What?
I'm bored.
But you're reading.
I've read all these books
I've read
already.
everything.
And I'm bored. I want to do something. Things have been so slow around here and
Oh, Twilight, darling! Oh, thank goodness!
Oh, no.
Guy here is fast.
No, your butt isn't glowing, Twilight.
That's vibrating. It says Rarities.
Still!
Finally, we've been summoned. I wonder where the
Twilight,
map wants
your
us
butt
to
isn't
go.
going off.
Twilight.
Sigh of frustration.
Yep.
Where do you think?
Magical GPS thing, go!
Let's see where they're gonna go.
Yeah, she needs to try and keep it in her pants. She's a little excited there.
Oh, I've simply been dying to go back for a visit, and now I return with a purpose.
It looks like you've been summoned to this particular
With a
neighborhood.
purpose. My first thought was
We're off to
the
solve
return of the
friendship
Vibe
problem in
with
one of the
vengeance,
prisons
but
and
that's...
those vibrant
yeah.
cheeses in all Austria. Isn't this exciting?
Rarities about to explode.
Seems
And
a hair
Applejack is
off,
having
don't
none of
it?
it.
Map calling
Applejack
me
doesn't
to
wanna
a
go
city like
there.
Manhattan.
You may be more of a country pony at heart, Applejack, but the map picked you two because you're the best ponies to tackle this particular mission.
But how will we even know what our mission's supposed to be? That neighborhood probably has twice as many ponies as all of Ponyville.
More like 3 times. Why, it's not only home to the hay packing district, it's also home to the fashion district. Shame you
Hay
weren't
packing
as well,
district?
though, darling. You did end up quite a fan
Probably
of the
some
hustle
sort
and
of
bustle
canning
Manhattan
operation.
on our last visit.
It's such an exciting city, and there's still so much I'd like to do there. So many museums and historical landmarks to visit, not to mention all the libraries.
Poor Twilight. Never gets to go anywhere.
This is your mission. Don't worry about me.
Oh, no.
I've got plenty of books to keep me busy.
This is twice that they've done this to her.
The Sisterhood Social.
We'll have to miss it. No telling how long we'll be in Manhattan. I sure hope
Ooh.
Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle aren't too upset.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I won't bet that Twilight's going to show up randomly like, I just decided to take a vacation. Totally.
Oh, Manhattan, what you do?
We already had that song.
Darling, are you all right?
Ponies move so fast here. Not at all like back home.
Applejack.
Eyes peeled, ears open. Eyes peeled, ears open.
We get it, Applejack. You're kind of funny.
Remember, Applejack, you're in the big city now. No moseying. You've got to walk with speed and confidence.
Sorry about that.
Get out of my way.
Sorry.
Watch it.
Butter my biscuits. I can barely cross the street.
Just treat it like it's a freaking barrel race. You'll be
Supposed to
fine.
help solve, but
Yeah, really.
Yes, I think this is the one. No.
It's a travesty.
Excuse me? That hat clashes with your name. Not to mention it's far too large and will undoubtedly obstruct your vision. Oh dear, none of these will do. Oh, Applejack, what good timing!
Just concuss her with the trunk lid there.
Here, this
Of course.
splendidly. Oh, it's lovely. How much would you like for it? Oh, no, please keep it. I can always always make another. Thank you. You thought we wouldn't discover our purpose here.
Angry hat seller.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
What? We just saved that poor pony from committing a terrible crime of fashion.
Yeah, sure.
We should have been meeting a friend.
You
Laughed at a new hat, and then their
You are
friendship could have been
stretching way too
ruined
hard for this.
forever. And, it's possible.
Did your cutie mark glow signifying a job well done?
No, I suppose it didn't. Still, a disaster was averted.
Averted? You just lost me a paying customer.
Oh my! Oh, I am so sorry. I never meant to.
Beat it!
Please accept my sincerest apologies for the misunderstanding. And might I add, what a lovely establishment you have here. All right, Applejack. The search continues.
Excuse me? I was just wondering, friendship problem, any pony?
Interesting background characters. That was a particularly tall male
if you could just take a
pony this
moment
time.
Yeah, that.
Friendship
Yeah.
advice! Any pony looking for friendship advice?
Trying too hard. Just
This
trying
isn't
way too hard.
For some reason, that made me think it was
I'm not sure
a
what we're supposed to do.
Charlie Brown
To
reference.
be honest, I'm
I
still
think
not
that was a
sure
Charlie
what
Brown
the map
reference.
called me here for.
Oh, try not to worry, Applejack. The map picked us for a reason. Although how am I supposed to uncover
Also,
that
where the hell did she get the material for the stand?
We can't possibly approach every single pony
I
in town and
don't
find
know.
out what it meant to do.
Ah, excellent.
Please help us restore our long-lost but beloved tradition, the Midsummer Theater Revival. With a guest performance by local theater troupe, the Method Mayors, as well as games, food, and much, much more. This event promises to bring our Brooklyn neighbors together and restore our sense of community, but there's so much to do and we need your help. Darling, this is it! The contact on the flyer is Coco Palmel!
Yay!
All right. She's the one who got a job
to see
making
Coco Pommel
costumes
again.
for that designer
Onward.
friend of yours.
Don't you see?
Woot.
This must be why the map called us here. Oh, and you were so worried.
Well, I suppose it's at least worth looking into.
I can take the Rarity episode if we get Coco Combo back.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a Rarity episode. I mean, Applejack's there, but
Yeah.
Can't believe you found
really,
my
let's...
flyer.
Yeah.
What a
Yes!
coincidence, don't you think? Applejack and I were specifically summoned here to be of service, and you, my dear friend, are in need of help. It's
So
no
nice to see her
coincidence,
again.
darling. It's fate.
This Midsummer Theater Revival, what is it exactly?
An outdoor play held at the community park. Many moons ago, local theater troupes would
Many
perform,
moons ago.
and ponies in the neighborhood would help make the costumes and design set pieces, prepare food to share during the performance.
Y'all do look like you're enjoying each other's company. Kinda reminds me of Ponyville.
It sounds lovely, darling.
It was, up until several moons ago.
What happened?
Yes, drag Rarity out to a park.
Concord. She was a well-known costume designer on Bridleway. She started the Midsummer Theater Revival as a way to share her passion for theater with the neighborhood. No matter how busy she was, she always made time for the
Oh,
revival.
Philly Coco Pommel is adorable.
But when she moved away to be closer to her grandfillies, the neighborhood lost the special tradition she had started. And worse, the sense of community it fostered.
Hey, I'm trotting here! No pony else stepped up to take over for Charity?
I've been trying to, but I've just gotten a last-minute request to alter costumes for the cast of My Fair Filly, and I'm afraid I haven't made much progress. Oh, there's just so much to do to bring back the Midsummer Revival, and my flyers haven't attracted a single volunteer.
Say no more. You finish up your work, and by this time tomorrow, you'll be up to your mane in ponies who want to lend a hoof. Applejack and I will make sure of it.
You will?
You bet your boots we will.
Or you could just
I
lend a
don't
hoof
wear
yourselves.
boots. I find they chafe my calves when I walk.
It's just an expression.
So you see, the
Fashion
Method
ponies.
Mayors are only available on this one day, and we need all the help we can get with preparations.
Yeah, not a good time right now. What am I saying? It's never a good time.
Well, what do you think?
I got my own problems.
Let's go around the city, meet new ponies.
To dedicate to some pony else's.
Ah, yes.
Him again?
Charity's
Midsummer Theater Revival. Such wonderful memories.
So you'll help us?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I run a very important oat and hay import-export business. What? I can't spare even a moment for such things.
Sure you can, asshole.
What?
This
What?
is a nightmare.
Oh, not at all, darling. It's quite lovely.
I think she was talking about the Midsummer Theater Revival.
I finished the alterations for My Fair Philly, but have barely started the costumes for the revival, and the Method Mares are coming to the park tomorrow for a costume fitting and rehearsal.
Well, I could help you with the costumes.
But what are we going to do about the rest? The park is in desperate need of repairs, and the sets still need to be built.
Oh no.
Well, I know a thing or two about building and fixing things. It's kinda, well, my thing. Could be the reason the map called me here.
You see, dear.
We've
we
invented
went
a
out
specific
looking for
situation so
volunteers
that
when all
Applejack
the
can
help
actually
you
have
need is right
some
here.
screen time.
Yeah.
Just Applejack and me if it was more than we could handle. Everything is going to be just fine.
Perhaps I spoke too soon.
Alright, Apples.
Dear, you're right. Are you sure you can manage this by yourself?
Well, there's a lot to do, but Rarity's right.
Applejack,
The map
you've
wouldn't have
got
Oh,
pulled us here if we weren't up for the
1.5
challenge.
billion
You two
family
go on and
members.
take care of the costumes. I'll see you at the dress rehearsal.
Are you telling me you cannot find a single apple in the city of Manhattan?
The oranges should be there.
It's true.
That's one. That's 2, 3, 4. Jeez.
The wheelbarrow. And, yeah. Oh! Oh, God. This is all going south. Her poor fucking hat, man.
Yeah. Oh, the hat. It's like her health bar.
I know it looks bad, but I'm moving as fast as I can.
Don't worry. We've still got plenty of time. Everything's going to be...
Excuse me. Is this where the Midsummer Theater Revival is supposed to be, par chance?
we're here for the dress rehearsal.
Oh, yes. We've just put the finishing touches on the costumes.
At least those
Awesome.
are professional.
We'll do a dry run of the play first, and then the fitting.
No, wait! I haven't gotten a chance to...
There we go.
She's covered in blue paint. She's complaining.
reinforce the stage yet.
There. The stage is really screwed up. Her Papama directly overlooks the thing.
Just wanted to live up to Charity's example. To bring my neighborhood together again. The park
Seriously,
is still
how many
a mess.
years has she been gone
We
for that
haven't even
stage to
thought about what
deteriorate like
refreshments
that?
to
Like,
serve
that's
during the
insane.
performance. And even if we
I don't know.
we don't have a stage for the Method Mares to perform on. It's hopeless. Just hopeless.
I don't understand. The map
Yeah,
summoned us here
but-
to solve a friendship problem. We've clearly found it. But why did it send the two of us? Why not Twilight? I'm sure she could have used her magic to transform this park in an instant.
I've been thinking the same thing.
You're a freaking
I mean, I
unicorn.
can at least see why you're here. Coco's your friend, and you have an eye for costumes and all. But me? I was never gonna be able to finish a project this big.
That's the
Trying to pony them
point,
failures.
damn it.
Why must this be Applejack? Why? Why?
This isn't about only you two.
Now, hold on there. I'm not suggesting we pack up and go home.
This whole
Then what
friendship
are you suggesting?
mission thing
I'm
is just as
suggesting
much
we
about
stop
forcing you to
worrying
learn
about what
something
we
as it
can't
is
do
of you
and
actually
start
solving
doing
an
what
issue
we
for
can.
somebody else.
I think
Yeah.
that's the plan. It won't be anything big or fancy, but it'll be something. And something's gotta be better than nothing, right?
I suppose so.
That's the spirit. Sorta. All right, y'all. It's ready.
Should we go ahead and start?
Excuse
hear about the open design position. I brought some samples of my work. I'm sorry I'm late. I had the hardest time finding my way here. I just moved here, and I keep getting mixed up by the street names. I had a map, but I dropped it in a puddle, which only made the street names harder to read.
I see.
What is that?
I don't know, Sugar. Looks like some kind of plague.
Well, can we stay and watch it, please? Please, can we?
Oh, all right. I suppose we could stay for a minute.
She's got a particularly thick accent
but your
going on
next
there.
appointment
Yeah.
is
Yes. All right. Send him in. I'm sorry, but based on these samples, I just don't think this is the place for you. Don't get me wrong. These clothes are all exquisite and well made, but more theatrical than avant-garde. Have you considered costume design? I have a contact on bridal way. If you're interested, I can put you in touch with him. And see.
Interesting way of doing it, telling your story.
Charity, dear, is that you?
Hello, Mrs. Pear Blossom. I didn't see... Oops.
Oh, let me help you, dear. Are these the costumes you've been working on?
Yes, I was supposed to be finished by now, but
I
there's
think
just
the birds.
so much to do, and I still have a few last-minute alterations to make before opening night. I'm sorry I couldn't get enough tickets for every pony in the neighborhood.
You totally take up the street now.
Mr. Pear Blossom wasn't too disappointed.
Holding up traffic's
No,
fine.
Trotter on the Roof is one of his favorites.
Oh, my dear Philly, don't worry about that. We're so proud of you. We shall be with you in spirit.
Thank you. You've all made me feel so welcome here and have become like family to me. I just wish I could share this experience with you and the others.
What's going on?
It's the Midsummer Theater Revival. The Method Man's are performing.
The revival. Yeah, my pop used to bring me.
It's so nice of you to put on this play for the neighborhood.
I couldn't have done it without every pony's help. I know it's not Bridal Way, but...
Oh, pistache. It's perfect, dear.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you. This is so nice. Haven't seen the neighborhood this friendly since Charity moved away.
Thank you, fillies and gentlecoats. Please give a warm welcome to the one who made this entire event possible, our neighbor, Coco Pommel.
Accent or crowds
Thank you all so much for coming. The Midsummer Theater Revival was always something that meant so much to me, and it seems it means quite a lot to all of you as well. I really can't take all the credit, though. My dear friends Rarity and Applejack...
Could you at least let her clean up first?
Rarity, please fix Applejack's hat.
Oh, darling, please. It was just a few costumes.
Oh, shucks. I just happened to be good with a hammer is all. To be honest, we had much bigger plans to start. When those fell through, we decided to simplify. This here was the result.
Oh, don't be so modest. Coco and I were lost. You bet your boots we were.
Funny use everywhere.
So many ponies. Good lord.
And the fandom is going to name them all. Every single one of them.
I want his
We
name.
just wanted to see how much we enjoyed the Midsummer Theater Revival and how much it inspired us.
Oh, yeah?
I used to think that to help my community, I had to do something big. And let's face it, in this day and age, who has the time for such a commitment?
These
But
two.
here, you did something as simple as building a stage and putting on a play, and look.
Is he a reference to something?
I have no idea.
I saw
But I really like
flowers
Hermaine.
for volunteers, but didn't think anything
Yeah.
I'd have time to do would be that useful. Now I wish I'd offered to help. Even if it was just pulling a few weeds or planting a few flowers.
Not sure if you noticed, but the park is far from being fixed up. I imagine if you look around, you'll find there's lots of little ways for you to get involved in changing this place for the better. And I will.
And I don't think we'll be alone.
Their eyes go so crazy when they first feel it.
Well, let's be honest with ourselves.
It all makes perfect sense.
Your ass just starts vibrating
Thank you.
Huh?
randomly in public.
I know why the map called you here.
You do?
If Twilight had used her magic to fix the park, it wouldn't have fixed the real problem. Which is that these Manehattan ponies didn't think they had time to do something for their community. But by building that stage and making sure the play went on, you showed them that just by doing something small, you can make a big difference.
Well, I'll be.
Seems you have more in common with the Manehattan ponies than you thought.
But all the same, I'd sure like to head back to Ponyville on the next train. I want to check in with
Particularly
Apple and find out how the
angry-looking hat
Sisterhood
somewhere.
social turned out.
Oh, absolutely, my dear. Just as soon as I stop that pony in the shop over there from purchasing that dreadfully hideous scarf. No! You're making a terrible mistake!
Yay, an Applejack episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Shifty eyes.
That was really a half hour.
Yeah.
That didn't feel like it. That really didn't feel like it. That felt really short.
A lot was happening.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It just felt like that whole episode just went off like super quick. Like, it was weird. But anyway, so yeah. Like I said, that felt way faster than it was. Like,
Okay, it did feel pretty fast.
but
What felt fast to me was the intro.
yeah.
It felt like it was only 30 seconds. I know it's supposed to be like 45 or something, but it felt like 30 seconds to me.
Oh, it's like that whole episode felt like I honestly, if I'm not looking at the recording and the timer therein, like I could swear that like 15 minutes has gone by. Just because
I felt like I even felt like usually the commercials were longer than this. This whole thing felt weird.
I don't know, maybe it's because there wasn't a whole lot of like this kind of oh no, there's a serious problem kind of a moment.
It was all trying to find the damn problem.
Well, it was partially that, but it was also then like, oh no, this whole like, this whole park is screwed up and we can't fix it in 10 minutes. Oh, okay, we'll just build a stage and it'll be fine. And we moved on. And that was, it seemed very, very, I mean, again, maybe it's just because I'm feeling that it doesn't feel like it's that long of an episode. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a normal length episode.
Still,
But
it was still a good.
Well, it was good.
It was a good episode. It was a good episode. It'd be really interesting is if the other commentators say the same thing. Say it felt short.
It'd be interesting. Just this kind of phenomenon of like,
Absolutely fascinating.
this episode feels like it's not that long. But yeah, it was just like really
MLP has invented time travel.
time dilation. It was just, but yeah, it was just like this quick, like bam, 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 here you are, bam, there's Coco Pommel. Here's a couple pages of old photos, and there's Philly Coco Pommel. And then it's like here we have, Rarity literally does not have a problem to solve. She just kind of does what she normally does anyway. And then Applejack, like, instead of previous episodes where she's like, I'm gonna be stubborn and I'm not gonna learn dick, she's just like, oh, I guess I'll just downsize, that's cool. So, like, it feels short, but it wasn't bad, and I kind of think that it's also one of those things where it's like, here you have a character that is actually learning, because she wasn't being stubborn, and she didn't decide that she had to do the whole thing by herself, and that
Thank goodness.
she didn't have to do a whole thing, at all. Was kind of the big point here, was like, you don't have to be the entire team, basically. You can actually and
the lesson of the episode itself wasn't
no,
bad.
No, it was actually pretty good. I mean, it's very much the kind of stereotypical. Remember, kids, pick up a piece of trash, you'll help the community kind of vibe to it, but it's not...
If that was it, Dave did it in the most subtle way possible.
Well, I mean, that's basically what that's what it says. That's what, to me, the thing kind of comes off as, is this just like,
to me, it was a community integration message.
The idea that they're trying to inspire kids to actually be more community active is pretty cool. Which on a less obvious note, if you go back to the idea that the occasional thing in this is kind of subtly shifted towards the fact that, again, the My Little Pony community has spawned a fan base that came out of left field. It is also one of those things where I almost, and I'm probably reaching for this, so don't take my word for it. But this almost seems like it's one of those things where it's like, do things for the community and not just like where you live.
There is another way to look at this, though.
Feel free.
This feels more like a lesson, not so much to kids, but to actually people our age. It's like, guys, go out and do some community service. Do something. Go do a play. Go do something.
Well, I mean, to be fair.
Because this is the kind of stuff that people our age would be doing and would be saying no to. This is exactly it.
Oh, that's true.
I kind of want to focus back onto the beginning of the episode. Twilight, again, was basically given the middle hoof by the freaking map. Again.
Twilight, I'm kind of wondering at what point the map sends Twilight. Because it seems like so far it keeps sending, the other characters as this these characters need to learn something. But Twilight has already learned so much after going to Ponyville. It's like, what does she have? Or, what could happen that she actually needs to be brought out for? Because, I mean, she is the princess of friendship. She is kind of the big guns. So it's like, what?
A princess friendship problem.
Yeah, here's a main 6 level friendship problem, and then above that is here's a princess level friendship problem. It's like, which on one hand would kind of make sense, because this is, like I said earlier, this is as much about as the individual ponies learning as it is them helping others. So it's like, at what point do you bring in the princess who has the power, both magically and politically and whatever else, to do quite a bit for whatever she happens to put her mind to? But on top of that is what could be broken down to where she needs to learn something? I mean, what more can she? I mean, there's always more to learn, but what? I'm kind of wondering what the next situation is going to be, where Twilight actually gets rolled out, because she's getting, you can tell, because she's getting frustrated by this.
Yeah.
She's just like, this is kind of BS. I am not gonna lie.
She just wants to go somewhere with a map.
I was like, I don't see why she doesn't just go on a vacation. I mean, the map will ping her.
I'm waiting for her to do that.
The map will ping any of them when they're, wherever they are, and she can transport herself between locations in a rather short notice. I mean,
wouldn't it be damn funny if she went and her butt starts ringing for her to go back to Ponyville, and then she doesn't have to do anything when she's there? It's like, damn it! I want to go over there with them.
The way the table works is I don't think that would happen, but
she's not supposed to be there, so it would ring her butt to tell her to call her back, potentially.
Well, okay, I don't think that, but the thing is that being said, I honestly don't believe that, this table, or, the magic that governs this table
has that much to it.
Well, is going to sit there and be like, no, you can't do anything or have any kind of interaction outside of what I tell you to do. That doesn't sound like a friendship thing. That sounds more like evil overlord thing.
I know you've said this before, but I think an episode where she goes and messes it up because she was there would be absolutely a beautiful episode.
Actually, I thought that they were going to kind of lean into that in this episode when they first start talking about Manehattan and she gets all excited. I was like, please tell me that they're going to send Twilight, or that Twilight's going to
wait a minute,
mysteriously show up.
I'm seeing something.
Okay.
The first two that were sent up by the map was Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. The second two that were sent out, Rarity and Applejack. The last two is Fluttershy and Twilight.
If they pair off like that, then okay.
That would be if we've never had a Twilight Fluttershy episode.
No, we haven't. That'd be interesting. I mean, like that'd be interesting. Because like now that I'm thinking about it, like Twilight has a pretty established relation. Twilight and Rarity kind of do this like tea time kind of high society unicorn kind of gist. And like
she can go flying with RD.
Twilight and Rainbow Dash go flying. Twilight and Pinkie Pie have, really it's a unique relationship, but that's just because Pinkie Pie is Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie frustrates the hell out of Twilight, but she's eventually gotten used to it.
And then like Twilight and Applejack is kind of like
they hang out.
Yeah, but you don't really hear a lot about Twilight and Fluttershy. I wonder if that would be one of the things that happens. Yeah. Is like they have this moment of like
that's my
they're all best friends, but Twilight kind of gives this moment of like I don't really do much with Fluttershy.
I think they're gonna go a little different than that. I think they're just gonna they might develop the characters more together. That would be nice. But that is my bet. I'm leaning on the bet that Twilight and Fluttershy be sent out together on the next one.
Well, they've paired off, like you said, they paired off pretty well so far, so, that's as good a guess as any at this point.
Unless it sends Fluttershy out by herself, and that would be just me.
Actually, well, that would actually be fascinating because of her whole, like, crippling anxiety and such. It would be interesting to see her being sent out by this, table, like, you're gonna go here by yourself, and you're going to solve this problem.
Yeah, that's just terrifying.
And it's like...
That would be horrible for her. I don't want to see that.
Well, it would suck because because again she's the super shy anxiety kind of thing going on. But the fact is that if they were going to do that, the episode would be about her figuring out how to cope with it. And I think
I know, but I don't want to.
I think that's kind of that would actually be really good to have.
Yes, it would. It would be really good to have. I don't want it.
I mean, it's like she.
We're Fluttershy.
It's like she'll still be shy and she'll still be frightened of pretty much everything. But that's one of those things where it seems like it'd be the kind of thing where she'd learn how to cope with it, learn how to deal with it, so that if. Also,
that would prevent the Twilight Fluttershy episode. Damn it!
Oh, that wouldn't necessarily prevent it. That would just probably delay it. And then but then what happens? You then have Twilight still at home. After every other one of the main six has been sent out to do things. She'd be pissed. She writes to Princess Celestia like, what the hell is this table and why the fuck is it not working properly? Help.
I think my table's broken.
And then Twilight learns the next lesson about being a princess. Which is
be a princess.
Which is you get to sit on your ass a whole hell of a lot, and I'm sorry.
Okay, here is absolute best case scenario. This all happens. She goes through and she doesn't get to go in any of them. She sends a letter to Celestia saying, "There's gotta do something. This map is driving me nuts. It's not sending me to go anywhere. It's no fun at all." And Celestia writes back, "I'm sorry. We're having some trouble with Luna. We're having a family issue. I'll talk to you later about this." And then her butt starts blinking.
Dear Princess Celestia, this thing isn't working properly. Please try again later. No, you fixed it! Let me love you!
Go to Canterlot. Deal with the princesses, yes.
That'd be kind of cool. Something happens and the princesses all get... Actually, it would be really interesting is the princesses all get something happens and Luna, Celestia, and Cadence all get into this tizzy at each other.
Cadence tries to divorce Shining Armor.
I don't think they're really going to go that far. Mainly because she's got the ability to just be like, "Remember, you love me. Magic bolt, you love me." And he's like, "Oh, well, you're right." her power still is one of those ones that's not really clearly defined. It seems a little...
She's got that and crystal magic.
She does have the crystal thing, which was cool to watch. But I don't know. It would be interesting to see. Honestly, I'm just kind of interested in seeing what comes out next.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think we're a good episode.
All right. Yeah.
Seemed really short, but good overall.
All right. Good night. Sleep well, because we haven't